Aloha, welcome to the Golden Ticket. My name is Jennifer Murray. I'm here to spend a few minutes with one of my business allies, Julie Mai, talking about what we have to offer here. What goes into sort of the making of a golden ticket, because in my experience in the last 7 years of my career is sometimes you can have a golden ticket in your hands and you don't know it. That's what happened to me. I get to see that happen for a lot of other people. So I'm reminded sometimes of, maybe you're familiar with, there are legends that in the 1400s, the Native Americans were standing at the seashore and they couldn't see the boats coming. They couldn't see these huge, massive ships sailing toward them because they had never seen them before. They had never visualized them before. They didn't know, but they were standing there and they were looking because they could sense that there was something coming. But it took until the boats were practically at the shore for them to see them. And it's just a psychological phenomenon, and we find it with a lot of things in life. It's hard to sort of see it or feel it until it's practically, kissing you on the cheek sort of a thing. So as far as, what goes into the making of a good opportunity, I think that generally what I come across is most of us tend to feel that a really great product makes a good opportunity. And my business experience has actually led me to realize that that isn't true. When I first moved here to this beautiful island of Kauai, Hawaii, out in the middle of the ocean, my sister owned a vegan restaurant. And whatever you like to eat, whether it's all the meat in the world or all the healthiest veggies, everybody loved this restaurant. My plan was to be on Kauai for 2 months, and I got so lured in by this beautiful product. It was amazing. It changed people's lives. They loved it. We shut that restaurant down in 2008 amidst the financial crisis. And after years of one of the most stressful professions on the planet, seriously, it has to be like in the top 10 most stressful things you could do with your life, run a restaurant. And so here we are 11 years later, and literally this past weekend, I was at a gathering of people. Luckily, Kauai is being spared the virus plague. We don't have any COVID here. We're allowed to gather a little bit. And some new folks were telling me that they just keep hearing about my restaurant, my former restaurant, and they wish it was still here so that they could enjoy it. So 11 years later, people are still talking about this product, but that didn't make it an amazing business opportunity. That didn't change the fact that we had to shut it down, and that after we shut it down, we were pretty much celebrating and, running the other way. So suffice it to say, something else came along. I transitioned into becoming a cookbook author. I was very blessed to get some offers and write 3 cookbooks. They're still on Amazon. And a friend of mine came along while I was in the midst of that career, and she had a great product. And I had a lot of residual pain in my body. I wasn't making any residual money from the restaurant, but I had a lot of residual pain. And taking this product made my pain go away. And so I perked up. My entrepreneurial heart was paying attention, and I thought that that was interesting. And I tiptoed in, and I had a little side project going along with my cooking career. And I still didn't know that I had a golden ticket sitting in my lap. It just wasn't obvious. And having said that, I want to make it really clear that this may or may not be for you. This might not be something that you're interested in. And I'm definitely not saying that it's going to be easy, but we're just here today to sort of unpack a few things that to just bring awareness and help people understand what it is we're truly offering beyond an amazing product. So if you are someone who's interested in optimizing your health, or if maybe you are suffering or you know someone you care about is suffering, then this will still be a great use of your time. I'm going to talk about the products a little bit at the end. And if you're someone who, like so many people right now, really are everything's out there, what really is a good opportunity, then you will be right pleased to have this information. So I'm going to pass it over now to Julie Mai. Julie is someone that I met at the very beginning of this journey 7 years ago. She is a super busy mother of 4. She owns a jewelry company, again, an amazing product, something that even 7 years ago, I saw it, I loved it, I wanted it, I'm still wearing it. People talked about it all over town. People whispered about her great success. But when I met her, she was lit on fire with this opportunity because she's a dreamer and a super dedicated, hardworking, and generous leader. So I'll just pass it over to you, Julie, and I'll be back later to talk about the products.
Aw, thanks, Jennifer. Can you hear me okay? Thumbs up. Awesome. Just want to first say, if I freeze, I'm sorry. Our internet today on Kauai is a little shaky, so just want to throw that disclaimer out there. I really appreciate, what Jennifer had to say about, just being able to recognize an opportunity. And I just want to thank you, if you're a guest on this call, that you took the invite seriously, because the person that invited you does care about you and knows that they do have something special. And that's why we named this call the Golden Ticket, because I say it a lot, and I've been in business a long time. Luckily my mom was an entrepreneur her whole life and instilled that entrepreneurial spirit inside of me. But for you business-minded entrepreneurs, it's hard. It's really hard being an entrepreneur. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of tenacity. It takes a lot of money. And unfortunately, the statistics don't run in our favor. So I'm going to go back about 7 years, share a little bit about my story. Hopefully you can feel my heart and understand that I just love, more than anything, educating people about this incredible business, because I think so many people don't understand it. And that's truly where my passion lies, is just helping people see through the foggy glass of what this is. So 7.5 years ago, mom of 2, that's me. I had a 3 and a 5-year-old, and I was trucking along. I had a very successful, thriving business, jewelry business that Jennifer had mentioned. We had about 10 stores at the time and a website, and I felt very blessed because it was very popular and the demand was growing. But I also dying on the inside as a mom. And the reason for that is because I just was working all the time, and other people were raising my babies. And I just was like, from the outside in, everyone's like, wow, Julie's got it together. She's got this incredible business. She's got, she's married with 2 kids, a home, a car, like everything looks good. But maybe you can relate to this. On the inside, I was screaming for something different. I just wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't happy. I wasn't the mom that I wanted to be. And even though I love my mom and I was so grateful for what she taught me, I never got to see her. She was just always working, and she missed out on a lot of my life because she was just trying to provide and just running in that hamster wheel month after month, year after year. And so, kind of on my knees, kind of asking God, asking the universe for help. Like, what do? I don't have time to do anything else because all my time is in this business. But a dear friend called me up and said, there's these products that are changing my life, my husband's life, my husband's health, and I would love to share the information with you. And first, of course, just being business minded and savvy, I was a little weary. A red flag went up, and I was like, oh gosh, is she going to try and sell me something? But I also respected her enough to know that if she was telling me this, then it probably was real, that these products were really helping her husband's health issue that he had at the time. So I looked at it. I was intrigued. I knew it was unique. I knew it was different. I had never heard about this technology, this herbal technology that Jennifer's going to share a little bit about. So I was definitely intrigued with the product. And then she's like, oh, and there's this business that goes along with it. And I'm now not interested in another business because, again, the one thing that I wanted was more time with my children. And I knew another business, knowing what I know about business, was not going to give me that. So I started taking the product. I started feeling pretty good. I was in my early 30s, so not much health issues. But one person I gave it to was my mom. And my mom was going through some health stuff in her mid 60s, late 60s. And I watched a transformation in her that was unbelievable. And I was like, wow, okay, what is up with these products that, why doesn't everybody know about these? Why isn't my doctor telling me about these? And I started to do a little research. And what I found, not only on the product side, but what I found on the business side is the reason why it was in this model of network marketing. I'm going to throw that out there just so that we get the elephant in the room. It's called network marketing, is because certain products have a story to be told. You can't put everything on a label and put it on the shelf. So that was really interesting to me. And when I dug a little deeper, I saw that some of the most successful people on the planet, people like Warren Buffett, Sir Richard Branson, Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Peter Drucker, some of the most successful people on the planet taught, own, or believe in network marketing. So, the stigma that you may have, or maybe you don't, like me, I didn't have a stigma, luckily, that I was able to go out and do my own research without someone else telling me what to believe. It's kind of interesting what I found, because I realized that this is a legitimate, incredible, one of the most beautiful ways that you can do business if done right. Is it perfect? No. But what business is perfect? Nothing's really perfect. There's going to be good businesses, bad businesses, good people, bad people, wherever you go. But the thing that we have with this is it's a community of people that are helping other people succeed, which is such a beautiful thing. And basically what I wanted to touch on real quick, I'm going to share a little video with you guys to kind of help you see why we are so passionate about this. But really, I think a lot of people think that to be a good network marketer, to be in this business, you have to sell. And I know that for me, that was a big thing for me, because I'm a jewelry creator. I'm not a jewelry seller. I'm not good at it, but I love to create. So I was worried about that. When I realized is network marketing isn't so much selling as it is finding people that can fall in love with a unique product, that it changes their life or someone else. They're going to share it. And you build a network of entrepreneurs that want the same thing as you: time freedom, more time with your family. Maybe you want to build an asset of residual income, things like that are really intriguing to people who have dreams and goals. So that's really what I learned, and that's really what I want to teach you. So I'm going to share this little video with you guys, and I'm going to come back to fill in the blanks. And I promise this won't be a long call, but I know it's going to add some value to your life. So this is one of the most successful motivational speakers, life coaches. He teaches these business mastery classes that are $10,000 plus per person to teach you about business. And he's going to talk just a little bit about why he believes this industry is the business of the 21st century.
You've been around a long time. You've seen a lot of different things.
I have.
What are your thoughts about network marketing in general? What is your thoughts about the decision that people can make to become entrepreneurs using it?
Well, it's interesting. I'm doing this program right now, and I got a room, of a couple thousand people from 44 countries. They're all business owners. Some of them are businesses that are approaching $1 billion. Some of them haven't even started yet, right? They're just picking their business. So it's really variety. And one of my goals in that event is to actually get people to not go on business. And the reason it sounds horrible is someone spends $10,000 come to an event. I told them up front, some of you are not made for this, because to run a business requires a certain natural capacity, a nature, if you would, besides skills that you learn. And it's the ability to handle risk. It's the ability to handle stress. It's the ability to do a lot of different things. And you have to be able to manage finance. So most people, they have some of those skills. And that's why every year, 50% of businesses that start are out of business. You look at over any 5-year period of time, 80% are out of business, and over a 10-year period of time, only 4% make it. Now, make it, Eric, doesn't mean that they're making any money, right? That just means they're still standing. 96% fail, and after 10 years, you're set, right? No. Look at Lehman Brothers, right? Around for a century. They did combined $1 trillion in revenue over that century, and they're gone. So the world, technology changes, products and services changes, it's so competitive. So to really be successful, it's a really unique situation. What's beautiful about network marketing is you get all the benefits of being an owner, but you don't have to be worrying about supply chain. You don't have to be worried about accounting, especially in the world we're in today. Network marketing used to be a little bit more different, but today with technology, you can know what's happening in real time. The companies have already set up the software, they know what happens. So it's really picking the right company, and there's a lot of great companies in that area. And it's really realizing that you're really a value creator. If you can go out and add value to other people's lives, if you can just introduce people to a product or a service that a company you represent that truly is extraordinary, some products and services can't just be thrown up on Amazon. They need the story to be told. And if you found a product or service of that nature and you got a company that has a generous schedule of being able to reward you, and then you begin to get leverage where it's not just you, where you've multiplied your efforts to other people, then you get all the benefits of being a business owner without all the headaches and without the same level of risk. And so I think network marketing is amazing. Now, network marketing has a mixed reputation, and we all know that, right, in the marketplace. And anybody goes out there, well, what are you doing? That's why you got to own yourself as a professional. I think that's why I'm supportive of what you do, because you're not just pumping people up, you're giving people real skill sets to be a pro.
So I love what he said, and that just goes back to the piece of me saying, people say, well, why is this product in network marketing? If it's that good, why is it? Why can't I go to the doctor? Why can't I go to the store to get it? Because Jennifer will explain when when I go over a few months here that there's a story to be told, and we're all natural born network marketers, whether you want to believe it or not. If you go to a restaurant that you love, hopefully where you live, you get to go to restaurants, then you're going to tell your friends about it. If you go to a movie you love, you're going to tell your friends about it. It is just part of our human nature to share. But we don't get compensated for that. And so when I really understood, you guys, what leverage income meant, that you can do your work one time and get paid over and over again, it's life-changing. It really was life-changing for me, and that's why I got so passionate about it. Now, also what Tony mentioned in that video, you guys, is that the world is changing. It's changing rapidly, even before COVID took over. And if you've been affected by COVID, if you're on this call, I just want to say that my heart goes out to you, because I know that there are millions and millions of people right now that are jobless, that they're laid off or unemployed, and they don't know what the future holds, and you're scared, and you're not sure what you're going to do, and you're not alone. It's estimated that almost 80 billion people in the next 5 years are going to be looking to start home-based businesses. 80 million, you guys. That is a huge, huge number. Now, like, Jennifer explained with the restaurant and with my jewelry, it was a home-based business, but how much money I had to pour into my business month after month after month. I'm telling you, my tax guy would ask me, he's like, wow, you're still doing that thing that you don't make any money doing. And I was like, I know, I love it. It's my passion. But you guys, I wasn't making any money, really. It just was kept pouring the money into it. So one of the most beautiful things about what we do is it's a very small startup cost, you guys. You can get going for a very low startup cost, usually less than $1,200, where you have everything in place. You have the production in place. You have the shipping in place. You have a proven system to help you succeed in place. There's nothing else like that. So a couple things that I just want to touch on, before I go into why I truly believe that this is, and why I'm not alone, this is of the 21st century, just to help you get an idea of how real this industry is right now. Worldwide, over 100 countries, there's about 120 million people involved in the network marketing arena. 100 million. Last year, 2019, it brought in over $200 billion. $200 billion. It's estimated this year alone is going to be closer to $250 billion because of the rapid growth of our industry. And by 2025, hold on to your pants, $650 billion with a B dollars will be coming in through network marketing, through this industry, this home-based network marketing industry, because more and more players, high players who are extremely successful business-minded people are like, that works. We want to do that. So it's real, it's happening. I'm just so grateful that the golden ticket landed in my lap. And I know a lot of people on this call are so grateful for that too. A couple little things I want to touch on, and then I'll wrap up my story is, not only the low startup cost to get going, but flexibility. If you are a busy mom and you're thinking, how am I going to fit this in? Or let's say you're still employed. You're lucky to be still employed, and you're like, I'm busy, I'm not going to fit in. The beautiful thing is you can, as long as you have a phone, you can build in the nooks and crannies of your life, no matter where you are. I started my business on the beach watching my girls surf, because that was the only time that I had a little bit of free time with them, and I was building my business on the beach. The flexibility is incredible with this kind of business. I used to say I'm working full-time on my jewelry business and part-time on my fortune, because I knew that the work I was doing with this business model was going to continue to pay me over time. And that is the next thing I want to touch on, is the residual income aspect. If you're not familiar with residual income, I really, really advise you to look up that word residual income, because again, this is the beauty of what we do. And for me, once I started that wheel and created that wheel, I got pregnant with my third son, and I was able to step outside of the wheel and have my baby and not have to work. Not really, I didn't do much of anything because I created that leveraged wheel where everyone who was in my business, in my organization, had the same amount to gain, you guys. Everyone, I wasn't their boss. Yes, I'm sure some missed me, but they just continued to grow their business. I got pregnant again with my fourth baby, and I got to stay home and be mom. And that's all I ever wanted, was to be able to be mom with my kids. And I don't know about you, but I don't know any other business or any other industry on the planet where you can take a 3-year maternity leave, not have to go back to work, and your check actually grows. My check grew when I was away. If that's not incredible to you, then I don't know what is, because that is why I get so passionate about this, because I know that if you do your work and you do it right, it'll continue to grow and create an asset for the rest of your life. The community that you get with this, imagine, being surrounded by people that care about you, that want you to succeed, where you feel like you're living a purpose of helping other people. It is just such a beautiful thing to be a part of, where you actually feel like you're making a difference in somebody's life. Did I love making jewelry? Do I love watching my friends wear my jewelry? Jennifer wears. I love it. It brings me joy. But to know that I can actually make a difference in someone's future, there's nothing, we can't put a price tag on that. That is truly an incredible thing. We have a saying, it's the rising tide raises all ships, and we truly believe that in this industry, that you have to help other people to win, to be able to succeed, and it's magnificent. Last thing I want to touch on is the tax benefits. If you're not a business owner, if you're an employee, I just want to give you a little trick of the trade, I guess. No matter whether you do this or whatever you may do in the future, when you have your own business, you automatically shift into a better tax bracket. And so I've always had my own business just for that reason. So that's another beautiful thing. And the personal development, you guys, a lot of people don't even know what that means. I didn't until I started this, and I quickly learned that your income will never far exceed your personal development. It truly won't. So the more you grow as a person, the more you grow to learn how to be a better leader, a better person, a better mom, a better friend, then the more ability you have to grow an income and make an impact in the world. So as you can tell, I'm passionate, I'm excited. My time I went over, so I'm gonna pass it back to you, Jennifer, and then we will wrap it up in a few minutes here. Thank you so much for your time.
She's passionate, no doubt about that. So, like I said, my background is in food. I'm a chef, I'm a cookbook author, but I'm coachable and I can learn. And so I have come to understand why these products have such a great effect, have such an amazing, for me, it was like, that was the first thing I wanted to know. Why did my pain go away, right? And I learned a lot of interesting things over the years. Number one thing is that our company was started by scientists. It wasn't started by businessmen that made a really smart business plan and knew what they were doing. It was started by the lead scientist. I mean, this is a man who worked from the 1960s for his entire career to produce a product like this. And the category that these products are in is called nutrigenomics. So that's a huge word that breaks down to mean we use nutrients to affect genetic expression. So if you were to go into Whole Foods or a health food store or a supplement company and say, show me your nutrigenomics department, they wouldn't know what you're talking about, right? They have no idea. We have a category creating product. And the goal of these products is essentially, in a nutshell, to increase your health span, to make sure that your lifespan and your health span match, that there isn't some dark gray looming area at the end of your life where you're just submitting to the will of whatever's hiding in your genes. And we all kind of know a little bit about our family history and what might be there. With nutrigenomics, we're able to take control of that situation. They discovered a few decades ago that DNA and genes are not the final story. We are all carrying, our DNA is a library of codes, of genes, and we are all carrying all of these possibilities within us. But what decides which of those possibilities becomes expressed is completely controllable. 97% of which of our genes are expressed is controlled by the environment that those genes are in. So you give that environment the right signals, the right ingredients, and you get happy genetic expression. And I look at these products that they're kind of doing the same thing as when a piano is tuned. Sorry, some loud lawn equipment out there. When you have a piano, it's got a lot of keys, right? And if you open it up, there's a very complex system of wires in there, right? And give it 10 years, give it 20 years, let it age. And what's going to happen? It gets really out of tune. And the same thing happens in our cells. The same thing is happening with our genes. And I have seen these sheets of genetic markers, and they look a lot like a piano. And these products are literally going in and tuning up these genes, these genetic markers. We're seeing genes and they're all over the place, and you add the product and they just harmonize. They downregulate the ones that need to be downregulated. They upregulate the ones that need to be upregulated, because the intelligence of the plant ingredients is superior to all of the products that these scientists tried to develop with chemicals and pharmaceuticals. Little did they know, but they gave it a whirl right at the end of his career. I'll try anything. Let's use some herbs. And this is what we're getting, healthy genetics. So what are those genetic markers measuring? The detoxification of your cells, you know, how good your cells are getting rid of their waste. These genetic markers are about energy metabolism, helping you sleep better at night and have energy during the day. They are survival genes. Your body is able to express survival genes all day, every day. And with these products, they're actually able to identify those survival genes and pass them through to expression. If you've ever heard of anything like that, then I want to talk to you. But pretty much probably you haven't. We have an incredibly unique product, and the product gets, you consume it. You take it, you get great results, and then what? Then you want more, and that's what makes it even more amazing opportunity. And that's why, even though these scientists originally had it on the shelves of retail stores, eventually some smarter businessmen came along and said, you need people to tell this story. You need people to tell each other what this product is doing. And that's how it found its way into network marketing. And that is how me and Julie and a lot of other people get this amazing opportunity. We're trying to show you the ship while it's way out at sea, because this puppy is definitely coming to shore. Everybody wants this kind of health, this natural, gentle, available, safe, affordable health, personalized healthcare. So with that, I think Julie had one more thing she wanted to say, and just thank you so much for coming and listening.
Oh, I love that. I love the simplicity. And one more thing, I have like 30 more things I want to share, but for time's sake, I'm not going to, but I just, you know, real quick, something that got me excited, you know, if you can kind of understand, Jennifer is talking about something big here. I'm passionate for this for my reasons. And the reasons because I understood that I was healthy. I understood that I took care of myself. I fed my kids well. I did everything I could. But then when I started to dig deeper and understand that it's not, even if we can be the healthiest that we can be, but you can't, sometimes you need a little extra help at that cellular level. But also from a business standpoint, you can't get every person on the planet to go to the gym or to go to the health food store or to eat better or to work out more. But the one thing that you can do most of the time is get them to take a pill. And that is just the truth. And that's what I did for my mom, and I watched her health completely change, and it blew my mind. And so then I was like, oh my gosh, there is something big here that I want to be a part of. And there's so much more information that we can share with you guys. So please, please get with the person that invited you to this call. Me and Jennifer are available too if you want to call us direct. There are things that we can send you to explain more. And I want to end with this. Like I said before, network marketing is real. It's one of the most beautiful business models on the planet. It's not perfect, but it is better. And a lot of people are going through a lot of hard times right now. And one of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite mentors, Jim Rohn, says this. He says, the same wind blows on us all. The wind of change, the wind of success, the economic wind, the wind of COVID. We're all being blown by this wind. And it's not the blowing of the wind that determines your destination. You don't have to end up in a place that you don't want to end up in. It is the set of your sail. And I love that, because what network marketing does and what this business model does is it gives you an opportunity to set a better sail for your life. It truly, truly does. I am a testament of just a mom who wanted a better life for my kids and found a passion to help other people. And it's just been such a beautiful journey, and I love sharing and I love educating. And with that, we're going to end the golden ticket. Thank you for coming. We do these every week. So if you want to come next week and invite, we welcome you too. And we're so grateful that you came. So aloha from Kauai. We'll see you next week.